Hello, I'm Ross Bailey from FourCows Limited. I'm the EASYFIX agent in the Southwest. I'm here with Brian and Mark Tythcott from Churchcombe Farm, Torrington. Brian, can you give us a little intro of how the Tythcotts became Churchcombe Farm?
Thank you, Ross. Yeah, I'm Brian Tythcott. I own Churchcombe Farm. Third generation. This is the fourth generation, my son Mark. My grandfather bought the farm in 1958. He was a farm worker. It was 300 acres back then. We now farm, we own 650 and we rent about another 450. We grow 350 acres of maize, 180 of wheat, and the rest is down to grass.
You were saying earlier you've had 4 types of milking parlours at Churchcombe Farm, have you?
Yeah, we, the first generation, my granddad had a shipping in 58, and then we moved on to a breast parlour, which my father done, and when I was 16 we put in a herringbone, and now when I'm nearly 60 we've put in a rotary for the next generation, which is Mark.
I think we should just mention how many hours Mark was doing in the herringbone parlour before we put the rotary in. How many hours a day you milking was it?
Well, it got up to about 8 hours per milking, so that's 60 hours a day. It took a long time.
So 4 years ago, Mark, we made the investment with the shed we're stood in. I believe you went and had a look at different cubicle setups, different designs, different sheds around. What made you look at EASYFIX and what made you ultimately go with EASYFIX?
Yes, Ross. We spent several years looking at different units up and down, different sheds, different systems, all sorts really. We got looking at EASYFIX cubicles due to comfort. You pretty much sold them to us, with the farmers you took us to. And we've never looked back since really. From cow comfort, you just cannot beat them really.
So then we put these in then, and then we looked at doing your dry cow sheds down the bottom, who had steel cubicles in. Tell us a bit about that.
So we, 2 years ago we took out the old metal cubicles, basically because we was putting our dry cows down in the old setup, and seeing how they loved the new cubicles with the deep bed sand. We knew they just wouldn't take to the metal cubicles again. So we took all the metal cubicles out and replaced with EASYFIX and deep bed sand, and the dry cows took perfectly to them.
Really?
Never looked back again.
The cleanliness that sand's given you, that was one of the big things you guys wanted to do, wasn't it, when you went to deep sand? There is actually SandSavers, EASYFIX SandSavers underneath these beds, and then with 4 or 5 inches of sand on top. But it was the sand was the most important thing for you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think the SandSavers are doing a job. We don't use too much sand. You know, we bed up twice a week. But yeah, I think the SandSavers are doing a job. We don't use quite so much as if it was deep bedded sand. But overall, there's no rails or nothing that the cows, we haven't got to check the cows evenings or nothing. There's nothing that the cows can get hooked up to or damaged. So cow welfare is 100%.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Also, when you put the parlour in, the rotary that we'll go down and have a look at in a minute, we done the Chevron matting on the exit of the parlour.
Yeah.
That was a big...
Do you want to answer that, Mark? You
plus
answer.
For you guys, wasn't it?
Yeah, Chevron matting, just through the grips basically. The cows, they do tend to push and shove when entering the parlour, so that extra little bit of grip just gives them something to push against. And touch wood, we've never had a cow go down.
And the ultimate question is, if you was to do it all again, would you put EASYFIX products in?
Yeah, 100%.
Most definitely.
Most definitely. Our cows were, as I said, 7,500 litres. They're averaging 43 litres a day on twice a day milking. The cows are they pay it down, hands down, with the comfort. And yeah, I'd have no hesitation. And when we can afford to put up our second shed, we will have EASYFIX cubicles.
Fantastic.
Yeah.